Okay, so this is a demo video about something I have built. So this is a platform that I started building in 2019. I have named it AlgoLens. I initially named it something else, but I thought AlgoLens is a good way to name it because it kind of gives you a visualization of the algorithms and data structures. And basically, it's been 2024 now, so I've worked over only in the weekends. I've uh, sometimes found time for it on a regular basis on the weekends, but like there were some time when I did not find time for it. So I built a bunch of things like this platform as a landing page, and then there's basically a search, and then this search takes you to another pages of the application. So I've built a few routes. So I've built it using React, and there are few routes. So these are dynamic routes. I have a data structure that basically stores the routes and I dynamically serve those routes. Initially, I used to host this project on Heroku, but then Heroku free tier was expired. So then I thought GitHub is a good way. I had to figure out routing. Like I switched to hash routing for this, and that was a problem statement in itself that I had to figure out. So yeah, by working on my free time on these kind of problem statements, and kind of I was trying to hit two birds in one stone. Oh, sorry, two birds with one stone. Yeah. So I was thinking to learn data structure and algorithms, like practice them a bit, and also like build visualizations to get my knowledge of React better, and how to write an application in React, like how to visualize a web application in terms of UX, in terms of performance and scalability, in terms of error handling, how to do those things. I kind of figured out on the way. Yeah, so I built some of the algorithms, and there are few ones that I really like, but I'll start basic. So, so basically, I start with the factorial one initially to show what the platform is about. So, like you can figure out factorial of a number, and like I've tried to build visualization. So I'm gonna do 13 factorial, which is a bit large. So, like yeah, so basically it kind of keeps adding the numbers and then compute the result at the end, and then that's how it shows the result, and then shows an alert that factorial has been successfully computed in the end. Try building, try getting inspiration from such visualizations and build them on your own if you are a React developer, or if you want to get into JavaScript and like understand data structure and algorithms better. There's another algorithm that I really like, which is I wanted to build a visualization around, but I couldn't, which was n queens, but I built it responsive. So basically, this is a backtracking algorithm in which you have to place n queens on a board of n cross n. I kind of limited my problem because of screen sizes and all such issues to basically a responsive grid of n cross n to be like n to a maximum limit of 1 to 16. So like you can see for the case of 2, there is never a solution. So it figures out that and then just shows the grid that it doesn't have a solution. But yeah, this is a responsive grid. And then uh, maybe the UX can be better. And then the classic 8 by 8, and it finds a solution for it, and then it shows in a responsive manner, like readjust the grid to like show the queens arranged. Obviously, there can be more improvements to this. For example, you could highlight the paths of the queens and how they are not intersecting. You could kind of show them. And let's see for the 16 how this scales. Uh, like found a solution for, there's a reflow and repaint that happens for larger inputs, so that's why kind of sometimes you see a bad UX experience. But yes, I kind of tried to build an algorithm that's fast enough to update the UI faster. But this is pretty much what I could do. It was kind of suboptimal if I tried to optimize it much more, and the solution was not correct. So yeah, this was a bit of an algorithm in which I took some time to figure out. Recently, I worked on improving it, memoizing some of the computations and doing extra computations, extra performance updates, and then uh, there's another there's another thing that this is a responsive grid. So, for example, if I kind of scale this down, it kind of scales down, right? And in mobile view also it scales down. So I've tried to make it responsive. Even I've tried to make the entire website responsive. And then if you kind of see some other algorithms that I have built. One of the others that I really like is closest pair. So the closest pair is basically you have a canvas and then you can draw points on it and it will find the closest pair of points and connect it with red lines. So it kind of shows you a solution, and this is kind of a visualization I wanted to build. So like you can draw points on a canvas, and these are few of the points I've drawn, and then you run an algorithm and then it kind of updates those points and then does the simulation over the canvas. This is a pretty good algorithm. Updates on canvas are really heavy, so like canvas is a large object, and kind of I tried to think of worker threads for this, but that required a lot more research and like expensive computations. I had to figure out which were the expensive computations, so kind of break down those. So yeah, and then there is a fast algorithm which I have not implemented currently, but in future I'm planning to. So just right now it shows that we shall implement this soon. But yes, the fast algorithm works like this. I can give you the intuition. It kind of divides the canvas into two halves and then basically solves for the two halves and kind of merges the solutions recursively, and also takes care of the intersection of the two halves. So yeah, it's a decent algorithm. You can get into it. You can find it online. Uh, the fastest approach to do this is the fastest approach to do the closest pair. Then I can show you another. For example, I think I can show you. I'm trying to also add a primality test algorithm into it, but then I built a sieve algorithm for which I did something pretty cool. Like this is 10,000 for example, and then there is one 1 lakh, I guess, yeah. So if you submit it, it kind of builds a virtualized list and it will show the highlighted ones in green. So those are prime. So you can look for prime numbers. So this is a prime number. And then look how like I have virtualized the list. So this is another prime number. So you can look for the prime numbers. But if you really want to look for a prime number really fast, then I'm gonna build a primality check algorithm, which is quite simple. So yeah, I'm gonna do that one also next. Then another one I want to show you is stacks, which is I have built. So you can, this one I took some time to visualize and think of. So I have data structures also. So if you type DS, then it will show you all the data structures that you have. And then if you type algo, then it will show you all the algorithms that you have. I'm gonna add in the roadmap some of the other topics as well, like maybe JavaScript and React. Kind of gonna build conceptual visualizations of the intrinsics of JavaScript, and then maybe other topics like maybe like web development topics, or like I'm gonna research on what topics I can work on. Then I have the stack, for example, you can push an element to the stack and it kind of shows that your stack container is filling up and highlights the top element, and then you can add more elements to it. You can add pretty much any element to it and it will maintain the order. Then you can pop an element, you have to submit that, and then you will pop. Then I have done one more thing, that you can find the top or the bottom elements, it will highlight it. And then there is a little bit of CLS somehow, I don't know why, I think. And then bottom, you can highlight the bottom, and I notice how I have updated it here also and disabled the input also. But that was just a bit of a thing I thought might be nice to have. For example, if I, yeah, so pretty much like just to show, it's not an input actually. So just to show, and then it updates very fast. Like, so even if you do it for a large stack, although it will take a lot of time to build a large stack, but you get the idea. For illustration purposes and for like educational purposes, this is a good platform in my opinion. This is what I wanted to build kind of. Then I can show you one more, I guess. Then that would be the last one. Which one is it? Palindrome. Yes. So palindrome one was also like, for example, if you type race car, I've typed it up quite a few times. So like it kind of builds a simulation that okay, race car is a palindrome and shows input string is a palindrome. And then if you have something like deem demed demsed, for example, then kind of stops at DE only and does not match MNS. and it says that input string is not a palindrome. So yeah, this is a platform. I have this is the link of the GitHub. Uh, I'll share in the description. I'll share some idea about the like share the link of the platform, and then this is I worked on the page speed also a bit. So I'll show you the home page speed. So I let me go to the home page, and then this is my hash routing in place, and it kind of like I've not built caching into this. I think yeah, I've not built caching into this. I think I kind of relied on GitHub for whatever caching they could do. And then like if I see the analysis of my page speed, then I can kind of diagnose some performance issues with it. There are some performance issues. So yeah, an overall website that I built, not much, but like for skill building and for practicing, this is good. Oh, this time I got a good score. So it is 85 on the mobile side. Generally, my score is 75 to 85, and then best practices in SEO is good. I don't think SEO is good, but my search results, I don't have any real users on this platform, so maybe yeah, this is wrong. But yes, the total blocking time is good, the LCP is fine enough, speed index is good, FCP is good. Kind of optimized it in the last few weeks, and then desktop performance is also quite good, like 100 score. I took a lot of applied a lot of learnings into it. I've used even some libraries like Bootstrap and React Strap and some Material UI, but still I'm able to get this kind of performance because it's a small scale project also, and I've done some optimization techniques also. So yeah, I will be removing some of those libraries in the future and refactoring some of the code base. I'm working on performance and adding new features. So maybe next few months this will I'll add more demos to this platform, like, and then let's see how it scales up from there. So if you like this video, found it useful, if you kind of find it inspiring, just I don't know, like hit that like button and uh, share it with your friends or whosoever you find worth sharing it with, and let's see what you guys have got to say on this. Thanks. Bye bye.